Hey everybody, class is back in session. So this is called Slave One. It is Boba Fett's ship. It's been called Slave One for about 40 years. This is not a fire spray gunship, okay? A fire spray is what you experience the morning after going to Taco Bell. All right, welcome back to our weekly group therapy session. Today we're taking a look at the Book of Boba Fett, episode 4. We're like more than halfway there now. We have 3 more left. This is not directed by Robert Rodriguez. This is directed by Kevin Tancharoen. I mean, he gave us Glee, he gave us Fame. He's a perfect fit for this Star Wars show. The episode is called The Gathering Storm. Is it better than episode 3? Yeah, it is, but that wasn't hard to really do. All right, this episode starts off with a flashback. Boba and his bantha are checking out Jabba's palace. He wants to sneak in and steal his ship back. The ship formerly known as Slave One, but renamed the Fire Spray Gunship because I guess Slave One is offensive to all the slaves in America. Anyway, so he can't go grab his ship right now because it's busy, it's guarded. But in the distance, he sees all these flares going off. So from his perspective, we're actually watching the episode called The Gunslinger from The Mandalorian. Mandalorian's fighting Fennec Shand. So Boba is going to discover Fennec in the desert, dying, and he takes her to a mod parlor. We find out that's what it's called. The Spy Kids from last episode. Not the same kids, but the same type of kids. I guess, on Tatooine, we're finding out that the kids, they don't get like tattoos or piercings. They go to a parlor and put droid parts in their body. I'm not buying any of that. I think that's ridiculous. But anyway, Boba just happens to know where this mod parlor is. He goes in, says, "You got to help her." Gives the dude some money. And this dude, this dude did not look like Star Wars to me. I'm sorry. He has like these yellow dreads. I think they look terrible. I think the dialogue is terrible. This couple minutes was bad. The show gets better, but that was really bad. The music, there was like this fake cheesy techno music. And then there's like a long montage of like, rebuilding Fennec Shand. And then the next scene we see, she's waking up and she's like sore for like 2 minutes and it's all good. I mean, she was totally rebuilt, but it's all good. She's fixed. Those modders did a good job. All right, so after that awful 5 minutes, the show gets better. We can move on. So Boba and Fennec are going to sneak into Jabba's palace together. Boba has the help of Fennec now, and to get his ship back. So Fennec uses like a little drone and sneaks around in there. That's all right. And Boba sort of explains to us what this show is all about and why he wants to now rule Tatooine. He says, "I'm tired of working for idiots. They get me killed." So there's a lot of exposition in this episode. We're finally getting like Boba's motivation here and Fennec's motivation. So I did like that about that episode. So they do sneak into Jabba's palace, and there's a very fun scene in Jabba's kitchen. A couple interesting droids. I really like the chef droid with the many hands and then the blades, and they had to take care of that guy. And at one point, the droids thought like a rat was sneaking in the kitchen, but it's actually Boba. So they summon the rat catcher, which is that little droid that was in the prequels, right? I think one of those guys. I don't remember what he's called, but he was really cool. A little chase scene in a kitchen, a little like Ratatouille going on. But at least it was fun. It sort of felt like Star Wars. All right, I thought the Star Wars feel kind of continued as they actually get to the Slave One inside Jabba's palace. There's a gunfight, typical Star Wars action. Thought it was pretty good. I did notice it was kind of strange. Like Fennec can like punch pig guards in the stomach and like, knock them out. So Fennec's a little OP. I don't know if she's punching pig guards in the stomach. That would seem difficult to do, but I'll overlook that. At least it was a gunfight. And so Boba gets his ship back. And what's the first thing Boba Fett does when he gets the Slave One back? He goes to find that biker gang that killed his Tusken family. And this actually looked cinematic. I was like, holy crap, this is kind of cinematic. This is like a movie. So we have the shot of like the biker gang going through the desert, a good looking shot. And then from behind them comes the Slave One and just annihilates the biker gang. right? And I'm like, I have circled here on my notes, this is a Boba Fett moment, okay? These are the enemies, these are the adversaries. He's not gonna like have a fist fight. He's gonna fly down and annihilate them all right? No questions asked. So I'm like, all right, it feels like Boba Fett. That's something Boba Fett would do. All right, so next up, we sort of have a weird scene. So Boba takes the Slave One to the Sarlacc pit and gets like so close to like look in the Sarlacc to find his armor, which I don't know why his armor would be in there. I mean, he got out, right? And then the Jawas took his armor. I know he was probably all, half awake at that point, but I just don't see why you would visually go looking for your armor, with like a flashlight in the Sarlacc. I think it was more an excuse, a contrived situation just to get the Sarlacc to do what it did and have a jump scare and grab the ship and like a monster moment. We've gone a couple episodes maybe without a monster moment. So sure, let's go with that. All right, so they find out the armor's not there. Okay, and I did find the next scene interesting. They're camping, and Boba is trying to make a deal with Fennec, like, hey, you've done your part, you can be free, but we should probably, we should build a house together, kind of proposing to Fennec. And then Fennec's like, I don't, I'm not interested. And I think he goes, I can offer you loyalty. And Fennec says, I swear this director's trolling us because it's what we've been saying all along. Fennec goes, the Sand people have made you soft. So there you go. We're getting trolled. All right, so we return to the present day. He wakes up from the bacta tank, and we find out that Boba Fett, the droid, said, you are completely healed. So hopefully no more flashbacks, and we can stay in the present. Boba goes to Garsa's nightclub, and in the nightclub is Black Chrysanthemum. I said it right this time, right? BK. We're going to go with BK. BK. I could go for a BK right now. I'm kind of hungry. It's around lunchtime. Hold up. All right, so today's episode is brought to you by Burger King. Stamp Go Whopper. All right, so BK is in the cantina, and he's watching these Trandoshans, and they're having fun. And BK's apparently got a lot of pent-up frustration and rage from getting bested by the mod squad. So he just gets up and starts fighting with the Trandoshans. And then Garsa tries to talk him down. Hey, you're a former champion. I did like the information we got about BK. Some of the backstory. She tries to talk him down. Doesn't work. He rips off the arm of the Trandoshan. So they're making BK tougher. And I appreciate that. And of course, Boba is there. And he does what he should have done last episode. Hey, come join me. Be part of my gang. So there you go. Okay, so they fixed BK. He's tough again, and he joins Boba back at the palace. Boba is hosting a meeting with the 3 alien families of Tatooine at a table. It's a very gangster moment, negotiating for power, alliances. At one point, one of the aliens is like, well, why should we join you? Why don't we just kill you? And then the Rancor apparently is underneath them. The table is above the Rancor pit, so the Rancor hand kind of comes and, but Boba says, all right, well, listen, you don't have to join me. I'm going to take care of this problem, but I need your neutrality. So if you promise to be neutral, that's good enough for me, and I'll take care of this problem. And they agree, and, on we go. All right, so this episode ends with Boba and Fennec on the balcony of Jabba's palace overlooking lovely Tatooine in the evening. And they're talking about, hey, we need some muscle. Boba, he says, I've got the credits. We need the muscle. And as he's saying that, we hear the Mandalorian theme with the flute. And I'm starting to get really excited because they're hinting that maybe Mando will be the extra muscle coming to help Boba Fett. And just as I'm getting excited, the show ends. So there you go. All right, so there you have it. It's episode 4, The Gathering Storm. Is that what that was called? Directed by the new director guy. I forget his name already. He did a good job. So this is better than episode 3, hands down. We have our mod people, our mod squad, but they're only in the show for about 4 minutes. And once that you take out that 4 minutes, the rest of the 40 minutes is decent. So I still think a lot of this dialogue is awkward, cringy, tropey, predictable. It's not up to Mandalorian standards. But I don't know if they did a whole lot to like, make Boba Fett weak. I mean, he's actually like negotiating, he's taking action, he's taking his stuff back. He seems like a tougher character in this episode. So even BK was sort of saved here by this episode. Ripping someone's arm off. So that's cool. I wonder, do Trandoshans grow their arms back? I was thinking they were going to make a comment just to make it like safe in Disney. Rip the arm off, and I thought Garza was going to say, "Oh, don't worry, the arms grow back." I was really thinking they were going to do that, but they didn't. All right, everybody, let me know in the comments, what do you think about episode 4? I thought it was, those. I mean, they're not great yet. I'll let you know when the great episode happens, but I thought it was like, okay, I did find it interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I get to all my comments. That's why I do this. I want to talk to you guys. If you've left me a comment, I respond. So let's talk about episode 4, and we have 3 more episodes left. Can the Book of Boba Fett turn around and be something good? All right, let me know in the comments, guys. Everybody, have a great day, a great week. I will see you next week, and as always, I will see you on the new. Thanks for watching.